Hey guys, this is Candle, and welcome back to Chrono Trigger. So, we finished the game, but we're not quite done yet, because we now have three-dimensional vortexes to check out. I don't think it matters which ones you go to, like in what order and so on. And this is something new. This is exclusive to the DS version and beyond, and this leads us to a new ultimate final boss, and an extended ending. Where are we? I don't like this place. It looks like we've come to the world of some other age. I don't really like this, but should we take a look at what's here? Alright, so that will lead us back out, I think. So we have like a series of floors and boss fights to do, and some of this I don't think we have to fight. Basically, I'm just trying to get to the bosses here. If there are any. There we go. So that's through one. Oh, kitty cat. Leave the kitty cat alone, though. Apparently I can't go that way. Because I have a feeling kitty cat would cause us to have to fight something. And the same with the save point there. Just running through other areas we've already been through. Might actually have to fight this one. Yep. Gotta fight this one. These guys, Deverminator X. I don't know if they're stronger or not. It's not too bad. Oh, shit. I need water. Alright. I'm gonna have to wait for water. Alright, let's get things queued up. Alright, I will be right back as this round plays out. I've already been recording for 6.5 hours today. Alright, just in time to queue up the next one. Much better. Okay, like I said, I've been recording for 6.5 hours today trying to get Chrono Trigger finished recording. And my throat's a little bit dry because of that. Thankfully, my apartment's small enough that I could get to the refrigerator and back pretty quickly. Thank God for turn-based games. Didn't even have to pause it. So yeah, this is basically like an extended dungeon. There's like 3 different areas you can get to it in 1000 AD, 2300 AD, and 12,000 BC. I don't know if they all lead to the same place or not, or if you have to like go through all 3 of them or whatever, but you have to go through at least one of them, I know that much. And like I said, I don't think it matters which one you go to first. Yeah, this will lead us to an ultimate final boss and tie the ending into Chrono Cross a little bit better. By the way, from that anime OVA, from that anime ending, the baby that Luca found, that is actually Shala. Yeah, some kind of time weirdness happens, and we're actually about to see some of that right now, but some time weirdness happens that causes Shala to get spit back out in 1000 AD as a baby. That's what the pendant was signifying. And if you're wondering, well, wait a second, that baby had blonde hair, but Shala has blue hair. Well, remember that the Enlightened ones in Zeal, they dyed their hair. They were naturally blondes for the most part, but they dyed their hair blue. The same with Magus. So that kid, that little baby, ends up growing up to become Kid in Chrono Cross, which is like one of the primary characters. There's like 4 main characters in Chrono Cross. You have Surge, who's the protagonist, Kid, who is like the central figure of everything, Lynx, who is the antagonist, and then Harlequin, who is his little sidekick, his minion, basically. But we'll be getting to Chrono Cross soon enough. Like, not immediately after we finish Chrono Trigger, because I kind of want to play another game or two first, but soon enough. Probably sometime this summer, I would say. There's like 1 or 2 games I want to play before I dive into Chrono Cross. And I kind of want to finish Final Fantasy III first. But that may be a while. I don't know. I haven't actually sat down to record more Final Fantasy III yet. Well, hopefully those videos are appearing on the channel alongside these ones by now. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, is recording a shit ton of Final Fantasy III. Alright, I'm going to need to heal up soon. Let's do an Aura Whirl, and then we'll just take these guys out with a flare. That should finish the fight. Perfect. All right. So now we go to another era, another room, another era. Oh, now we're in the Ocean Palace. So yeah, remember, this is the dimensional vortex. So we kind of pop in everywhere. Shit, I can't do Aura Whirl now. I was going to do another Aura Whirl. Let's do a Cure and then a Flare, just to take things out really quickly. You know, I've actually only really played through Chrono Cross once, so this is going to be interesting when I do finally get to it. Because I don't remember the story too much. I remember like a few key moments and some really interesting visuals and an amazing soundtrack. But beyond that... And then eventually I'll do Radical Dreamers as well, but that may be a while. I've never even finished Radical Dreamers. For those who don't know, Radical Dreamers is a Japan-exclusive game. The translated ROM does exist, and I think somebody's made like reproduction cards, possibly. But the game was only officially released in Japan, and it was for the Satellaview, which was an internet-enabled peripheral for the Super Famicom that allowed you to download like short bite-sized games. And Radical Dreamers is quite a bit different from Chrono Cross. It takes place in the same world, but has like nothing to do with it in terms of story. And its gameplay is quite a bit different as well. It's not like this big, epic JRPG. It's largely a text adventure with a little bit of graphics to it. But it's mostly a text adventure, and there's like very little combat to it as well. You know, it plays out like a text adventure, which is really interesting. But the major scenario of it ended up being redone in Chrono Cross as the Viper Manor sneaking session. So we get introduced to certain characters like Guile, Kid, and I think Surge in that. Though Surge is quite a bit different from how he ends up being in Chrono Cross. I'm trying to bypass these fights, but I can't. It won't let me. That's fine. It doesn't really matter. Forgot about these combos, though. Yeah, it's really interesting to think that, to the best of my knowledge of the Dream Team here, you know, pretty much everybody involved went on to do other things as well, but pretty much none of them ever worked directly together again, except for Hironobu Sakaguchi and Nobuo Uematsu. Uematsu helped Yasunori Matsuda a little bit on the soundtrack, but it's mostly Matsuda's work. But Hironobu Sakaguchi and Yuji Horii never really worked together again, to the best of my knowledge, not on a specific project. This is new, though. Sakaguchi and Akira Toriyama, the character designer for Chrono Trigger, would work together again with Uematsu as well on Blue Dragon for the Xbox 360. But and of course, Yuji Horii and Toriyama work together all the time on Dragon Quest. Toriyama is still the character designer or art director or something to that effect with Dragon Quest, and Yuji Horii is still like the director of Dragon Quest, which is kind of funny because Sakaguchi ended up leaving Squaresoft shortly before the merger with Enix, so they could have been like bosom buddies all over again if that hadn't happened, but there were circumstances that led to Sakaguchi's departure. I mean, he was kind of already on his way out by the time that Final Fantasy The Spirits Within bombed at the box office. And that just kind of, you know, added to the pile. Oh, come on, guys. You don't need to have such a grand entrance. You're regular enemies. Like, I can take you out with, like, one hit. Not necessarily this hit, but with one hit. Just in case it doesn't, we're going to go ahead and put a cure on Luca. Yeah, that hit works. Alright, and Matsuda really did outdo himself from his soundtrack, from his score in Chrono Trigger to his score in Chrono Cross. He really did outdo himself. There we go. Make sure everybody's back at full before we continue onward. It's going to be a little while before we get to a new boss, though. Alright, let's go ahead. And Flare is like way too much. Let's do a Fire 2. We'll do a Lightning 2 just in case we need to round it off. And an Ice 2. It's not going to need more than this Lightning 2, though. I just can tell. Told you. Alright, next one. Here we go. And that, I think, lets us out. And this lets you prepare. Alright, I don't want to save over that. We'll save here. Because I think we have a boss fight coming up. Or maybe not. I'm pretty sure the other one would have let you out, though. Okay, I don't want to fight you guys. I do not want to fight you guys. Oh, thank God I don't have to fight you guys. We do have to figure out how to lower the lava in here. Or the magma, rather. Apparently not a boss fight, but I do have to fight these damn rats again. Oh, I didn't realize that flame was targetable. Okay. Well, that's a new monster. Self-destruct. Well, that's not good. Not bad. Yeah, it's also really kind of interesting because Chrono Cross is only 2 discs, which is really rather conservative for a Squaresoft RPG at the time. Final Fantasy VII was 3. Final Fantasy 8 and 9 were both 4 discs. And I know some of you are going to say Final Fantasy VII was 4 discs as well, but that was only on PC. That was only the PC port, and that was because there was an actual install disc. Okay, ooh, there's treasure. We got an Athenian water and Master's Crown. What is that? That is a helmet. Boost damage, prevent status ailments. We'll take that over the Dragon's Head. There we go. They can't use it. Okay, let's go back to the Dragon's Head for a minute. And, you can't use it, can you? Well, fine then. He's gonna do that instead of the Dragon's Head. Alright, let's go this way. I gotta fight somebody. Oh, hello. Okay, let's try Ice 2. Feels like I might want Ice against this guy. 551, that's not great. Counter is Flare. Oh, fuck. That's not too bad. Worst one hit is Chrono. Although everybody's getting countered with Flare here. Oh, that is not good. Because Chrono's down dead. Because there goes Flare. Oh, that heals him. Fuck me. Okay. That's not good. Okay, let's do a Rise. And let's not do... Okay, Red Gauge. Okay, please tell me regular attacks do not counter. Yes! Okay, good. Good. Good to know. Okay, let's do a Cure. And then just do regular attacks. Alright, do another Cure. And again, regular attacks to take this guy out. Perfect. Alright, he's gone now. Okay. Oh, which way do I go? I guess I have to go up. Like, way up and around. Can I get past this guy? Yes, good. Like, the fewer fights I have to do, the better. Because those just take time. And it's like, there's no real need for fights anymore. We've already got all of our techs unlocked. All we're doing is just getting more levels at this point. And everybody's, like, really close to max health anyways. Like, Chrono is already at max health. It tops out at 999. You can't go any higher than that. And, Marl and Luca are already at max MP. It goes to 99, and it does not go higher. So, the only thing levels are doing now is boosting their stats, which some of them are already maxed out, especially with, like, the equipment they have on. So it's like, there's not really any point anymore to increasing levels. There really isn't. Not unless you really want to grind, but I've never much cared for that. Do I gotta fight another... Yep, I have to fight another Red Gauge. At least now I know how to handle him. Just straight up physical attacks. Do not use magic out on him. Maybe physical attacks would work, but I'm not gonna risk it. I can take him down easy enough with just regular attacks. Especially if I get a couple lucky hits in with Luca. So you might be wondering why her damage varies so widely. And it's because the weapon she has equipped has... its actual damage power is based on the length of time played, and I have a feeling it's based on probably like the last digit or something like that, which is the minutes. I don't know, it might have something to do with it. I don't know exactly how it works. I just know it's like based on the play time for the game. All right, do I have to fight? No, good. Don't have to fight them. Keep moving. Let's mosey on over. Alright, ooh, I see treasure. I kind of want treasure. Can I get the treasure? I'm going to have to fight these guys to get it, aren't I? Damn it. Death Creepers. They're not too bad. We fought these in Black Omen, didn't we? Ugh. Well, that's lovely. Chrono attacking his two lady pals. His two gal pals. One of which he ends up married to at some point. Chrono ends up... Well, I guess he wouldn't be King Guardia. Marl would be Queen, but since it's patriarchal monarchy, Chrono would end up being Prince Consort rather than King. Because no one can have more power than the Queen when the Queen is the actual heir to the throne. You know, it's the same way England's currently working. The Queen's husband is not the king. He is prince. Because the king has more power than the queen. And when the queen is the actual royal, then nobody can have more power than her. By the way, this circle, this all the way around, this is where we first came into, like, the lava area. So we lowered the lava a bit and let some of it cool over. Which means we go back up this way. And this entire area has lowered quite a bit. Not completely, just quite a bit. Which lets us get in here. Crater surveillance ladder. Press the switch? Sure. I don't know what that does, though. I've actually only played through this section of the game once before. But that did let us do something. I don't know. We can't go through that way. It's a crater surveillance ladder. Oh, damn it. I gotta fight this again, don't I? So, like, I remembered the lava, you know, needing to go down. But I don't remember too much other than that right now. There goes the self-destruct. All right, perfect. Okay, is it through this way? No, this is where there was extra treasure. Including the Master's Crown. Ugh, gotta fight the Red Gauge again. We'll be fine. So I suppose now is a good time to talk about what's coming up on the channel after Chrono Trigger. Like I said, I'm still working through Final Fantasy III. I doubt that will be done by the time Chrono Trigger's done. We're not jumping right into Chrono Cross. I think we'll go back and do Myst Masterpiece Edition, which will be the last time I do an LP of the original Myst, because there's 4 versions of that game. And I've already done 2 of them. I did Real Myst and Real Myst Masterpiece. So I do Myst Masterpiece. All that would be left would be Myst Classic, which is the original release of the game. And honestly, there's no reason to go back to that nowadays. Like, zero. Just like there's really no reason to go back to the original Real Myst either. Because Myst Masterpiece is just a high-resolution version of the original Myst Classic with greater color depth. That's it. There's no changes, no added content or anything. Whereas Real Myst put everything into real time and added in the extra realm of Rhyme, the extra age of Rhyme at the end. And then Real Myst Masterpiece took Real Myst and completely remade it with higher detail models and textures. So we'll do Myst Masterpiece Edition, which should only take about a week or so to get through. I think the last time I played through Real Myst Masterpiece, it took me like 3 hours. And it'll actually go quicker in Myst Masterpiece Edition. So probably a couple hours, I'd say probably 2 to 3 hours. So less than a week. And then we'll probably do Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or Philosopher's Stone if you want to call it that, for PC. Followed by, then I think we'll probably dive back into Chrono Cross. There we go, we made it onto the next area here, and we gotta fight 2 red gauges. Alright, let's do Aura Whirl, and then just physical attack. Now, we'll be doing the PC version of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, which, in my opinion, is the best version of that game. There are actually 5 different versions of that game spread across 7 different systems. You had the first round of games come out in 2001 alongside the movie that were on PC, PS1, Game Boy Advance, and Game Boy Color. Each one was completely different because of the vast differences in hardware. With the exception of PC and PS1, those were somewhat similar. There were still differences, but it was somewhat similar. And then later on, a few years later, the next generation of consoles got a multi-platform release that was a completely new game, set in like the same story. It was still Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, but it was a completely new game. And that was on the GameCube, PS2, and original Xbox. Not on the Dreamcast, though, because I believe it came out in 2003 or 2004, and it was after the Dreamcast had been discontinued. Alright, so let's go ahead and save here. We're in the Twilight Grotto of the Dimensional Vortex. And it is time to continue onward. That's our way out. Stay right where you are. That's Johnny's theme, but that's Dalton. You're... Dalton, you survived! It's been quite some time, hasn't it? Did I startle you with my brilliant reappearance? Not even a little? Well, who asked you? You did. If it weren't for you, I'd have been the ruler of an age all my own. You robbed me of everything I'd worked so hard for. My wealth, my home, my loyal underlings. You took it all away. It's unforgivable. So come on, have a taste of the suffering I've endured because of you. So yeah, we gotta fight Dalton now. Alright, how's that gonna hurt? I don't think it's gonna hurt too bad. No, that's not bad enough. Let's do a haste. Let's throw it right back at him. Give him a Luminaire instead of a Lightning too. Alright. Yeah, one of the reasons why I want to do the Harry Potter games, at least a lot of the early ones, is because they're not available on digital distribution anywhere. Like EA, I don't know if it's because of a licensing issue or if EA just doesn't see the value of it, but they're not available on Origin. You can't, for the PC versions aren't available on Origin. You can't get them on anywhere. The only Harry Potter games available anywhere right now on digital distribution are the Lego Harry Potter games. And that's different licensing entirely because it's Lego. Let's do another haste. So it's like, I don't even think the PS1 Harry Potter games are available on PSN. For download on PS3. So you have to have, like, the original games, which aren't being sold in stores, of course, because they're almost 20 years old at this point. So it's really weird. Anyways, I completely lost my train of thought. Let's do a Turbo Ether as we square off against Dalton. Let's do a Flare, Luminaire, and we'll do a Cure 2 just to make sure he's at full health. And 1983 is not too bad. And it's really weird, too, because the Harry Potter games, like the early ones, were a lot better than they had any right to be, really. Typically licensed games, you think they'll be crap, but these were actually, like, really good, at least for the time, and for the age range they were designed for. The Game Boy Color one was basically a JRPG. The Game Boy Advance one was a top-down 2D platformer. It was a puzzle platformer. And then the PlayStation and PC versions were 3D action-adventure games. PC was a bit of a puzzle platformer as well. And again, that's my favorite. I think that's the best one. Alright. So yes, let's go to town and destroy Dalton. do... Screw it, let's do an Ice Sword too. And Flare. There we go, 3,000. No, not again! He's almost done then, I think. Second wind. Ooh, that's not good. Let's do Ice Sword again, because I did 3,000 damage. That's actually pretty good. What? 0 damage? What the frick? Oh, that's not fair. These are like my most powerful attacks. Oh, that is annoying. It's not over yet. Okay, we can still hit him with physical attacks. Yeah! Yeah! So that's a counterattack then. Oh, that takes the rest of your MP. Interesting, because that's going to take 59, I guarantee you. Yep, 59. Another blast. I have plenty of items, I'm good. But now it's a race to the finish. Oh, come on. Just die already. Please? Plasma? Okay. That's just Luminaire. Dalton's always got to be renaming everything. Ooh, that's not good. That hit Chrono kind of hard. Alright, Luca. There we go. Violent Belch, Dalton Sour Grapes. I think that's it. Yep, we beat him. 6,000 experience. I think that's enough for today. But don't you dare think this is settled. Just you wait, Chrono. I'll raise the greatest army the world has ever seen in Poor, and use it to wipe your pitiful little kingdom off the map. You won't touch Guardia. Not if I have anything to say about it. Farewell. Alright. Let's go ahead and heal up.